25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Friday morning. It is Friday the 13th, and before we went to the break, I neglected to tell you what we're doing when we have Galen Unold on the phone, so let me squeeze that in real quickly. Right now, what I want to do is give you some stuff about the Society of the Honor Guard. These are the guards at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. This is one of the segments I had planned for Veterans Day, but we never got to it. And in conjunction with that, I have some things that are unique to Arlington Cemetery, which is where the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is. And so when Galen is on, I wanted to share that information. So I have two pieces, really, that I had planned for earlier this week, but we never got to. And in a way, it's kind of nice that Veterans Day was on a Wednesday, because it gave us an opportunity to kind of spread it out the whole week long.
Yeah.
You know, which was kind of nice.
It was really nice.
I mean, in light of what the world is like, in light of stories like ISIS, you know, in light of all that, you have to say to yourself, gosh, the only thing standing between me and them is our military. That's it. That's it.
Exactly.
You know, if it were, and P.S., did you see this? There was a news story this morning that the folks who believe these things, who said, well, they believe, our government believes that we got the guy, I think it was American originally or British originally, and then he was the guy cutting off heads in ISIS.
Oh, they got him?
It sounds like they got him.
Oh, thank God.
Jihadi John, whatever they call him. Johnny Jihad or whatever.
Yeah, Jihad John.
They got him with a drone.
Yeah. Oh, they killed him. When you said they got him,
that's what I think it said. Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
That's the way it sounds.
Oh,
a drone must have flown up to him and said, "Yeah, that's him, Captain. Okay, push the button."
Yeah.
Wonder how that works.
Just blow him away.
Is that him? That's him. Boom.
There you go.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a scary world.
It is a scary world.
In the wrong hands, that would be not good. But
oh yeah, yeah. But you know, in this case, the good was done. Innocent civilians weren't killed with this drone this time.
All right. If you've ever received an email and you were amazed at all of the things associated with the guards at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, well, don't give it all up, because some of that stuff is true.
Oh, okay.
And some of it is not true. However, it doesn't take away from the amazing story behind the guards at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. So I will share that with you. But first, I've got two recipes.
Okay.
Right? One is for cookie dough chocolate cups. Now, what you have to picture in your mind is Reese's peanut butter cups.
Okay.
So you get these little paper things with the little, what do you call them?
Muffin cups.
What do you call the little folds?
I don't. They're
pleats?
Cupcake holders.
Are they called pleats?
To me. I would say pleats.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. Cupcake holders.
I know they're called cupcake holders, but what are the paper things?
I don't know what they're called. I honestly don't know their names.
A pleated skirt.
Yeah, it's a pleat.
Okay, so those little paper things that go in the cupcake holders are pleated, right?
Yes.
Okay, the paper things. So you have to. So picture them shallow, like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yeah, we can get those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you having a hard time with this one?
No, no.
So you put them into the cupcake things that are deeper than that, but you don't want to fill them any more than the paper.
Oh.
And what you're filling them with is, first you make cookie dough, simple as that, into little balls, and then you melt down chocolate chips.
Oh.
And you pour the melted chocolate chips into the thing, and then you put the cookie dough into the thing, and then you pour more melted chocolate on top of the cookie dough. Put it in the fridge, let it harden up, and you got no bake cookie dough chocolate cups.
What a clever idea.
But the question I have is this: weren't we told not to eat cookie dough made with raw eggs? That because you could get salmonella or something?
Yeah, yeah. I've been eating that for years.
I know. I always did too. But they tell you now not to. So maybe you would use, I don't know, something to substitute, like a...
Maybe.
Better than beaters or whatever they call it, I think.
Oh, egg beaters or something?
Yeah, that's it. That's what it's called. All right, so that's one recipe. The other recipe...
That's a good recipe. I like that.
Today is National Indian Pudding Day.
Okay.
Do you know what Indian pudding is?
No.
National Indian Pudding Day is observed each year on November 13th. It honors this cold weather classic, which is a traditional dessert from New England. It's called Indian pudding. I think it's referring to American Indians. It was in the 17th century that English colonists brought hasty pudding to North America and completely transformed it. Although it was originally made with wheat, they substituted cornmeal due to a lack of wheat at the time on this side of the ocean. The colonists had learned how to cultivate corn from the indigenous peoples. Indian pudding was derived from their name for cornmeal, which is Indian meal. Milk was substituted for water, and they added either molasses or maple syrup along with cinnamon, ground ginger, butter, eggs, raisins, and nuts. Indian pudding is then slowly baked for several hours, transforming its texture from the original porridge-like quality
Does that sound good?
to a much smoother texture, which is more typical of custard pudding. So there you go.
That sounds really delicious. Do you think so?
Yeah, it does. Indian pudding was found in most American cookbooks before 1900. 20th century commercial puddings with industrially perfect smooth consistency replaced the popularity of Indian pudding. The long cooking time required for Indian pudding did not appeal to 20th century home cooks. Indian pudding is still associated with autumn holidays and is occasionally served by some restaurants, and vanilla ice cream or whipped cream are usually served with Indian pudding.
Oh, wow.
There you go, my two food things. We're getting close to food days. So.
Yeah, it sounds like a meal, though. The Indian pudding does. I mean, you've got all those goodies in there. It
Sounds healthy,
like
yeah.
Really, really good stuff.
All right, are you ready for this?
Wow. Can we make these?
We can make them.
Okay.
Let me tell you where I got all of the information I'm going to tell you about. This is from the Society of the Honor Guard. They have their own website. It's a wonderful website. It has way more than this information, but I went to the frequently asked questions page, and that's where I got this from. The website is tombguard.org. TOMBGUARD.org. Okay? So how does the guard rotation work? Currently, here's the answer. Currently, the tomb guards work on three relief rotation, 3 teams. 24 hours on, 24 hours off. So it's 24 hours on, 24 hours off, 24 hours on, 24 hours off, 24 hours on, 96 hours off.
Gosh.
However, over the years, it has been different. The time off isn't exactly free time. It takes the average sentinel 8 hours to prepare their uniform for the next workday. Whoa.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, that part of your email is true.
Wow.
So your email tells you that, and that part is true.
Wow.
8 hours to get the uniform ready. Additionally, they have physical training, tomb guard training, and haircuts to complete before the next workday. Every day they get a haircut.
Oh, my gosh.
Can you believe this?
Isn't that something? Wow.
Here's another thing that your email had correct. How many steps does the sentinel take during their walk by the tomb of the unknowns? 21 steps.
Oh.
And why? Because it represents the 21-gun salute, which is the highest honor given to any military or foreign dignitary.
Oh, my gosh.
That's why they're 21 steps.
Wow.
I haven't told you yet why they're guarding a tomb. Why are they guarding a big, strong tomb? I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah, but these facts are really interesting, especially about the time it takes for them to get their uniform done, and they get a haircut.
That is amazing, right? How long does the sentinel hesitate after the facing movement to begin the return walk? And is the rifle carried on the same shoulder all the time? Here's the answer. The sentinel does not execute an about face. Rather, they stop on the 21st step, then turn and face the tomb for 21 seconds. They then turn to face back down the mat, they call the area they walk on the mat, change the weapon to the outside shoulder, mentally count off 21 seconds, and then step off for another 21-step walk down the mat. They face the tomb at each end of the 21-step walk for 21 seconds. The sentinel then repeats this over and over until the guard change ceremony begins.
My gosh. Wow.
That is so...
Wow. Dedicated.
That's the best word. Dedicated, thank you.
Dedicated. Wow.
Why are the sentinel's gloves wet? The gloves are moistened to improve the grip of the rifle.
Oh.
You didn't hear that. The gloves are moistened to improve the grip of the rifle.
Oh. Oh, my.
I got more on the other side of the break.
Gosh.
I have more on the other side of the break. And then when Galen is on, I have some things unique to Arlington Cemetery, which is where the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is. But I just thought you'd find this interesting. It's just part of the things I prepared for Veterans Day. So we'll take a little break, and I'll continue with this when we come back. This is WOCA.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Today will turn out mostly sunny with a high between 80 and 84. It clear to partly cloudy tonight, lows ranging from the 50s in some interior locations to about 67 at the beaches. Mostly sunny tomorrow, breezy and quite nice with highs the 70s to near 80. Sunday, a partly sunny day and rather breezy, high 76 to 80. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
Located next door to Silver Spring State Park and a few minutes from historic downtown Ocala, our award-winning Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites of Silver Springs is a place to stay for a friendly, memorable, and fun experience. Enjoy our fast and free Wi-Fi, complimentary hot breakfast, and free parking. Whether you're in town for work or play, our friendly staff will make you feel right at home. That's the Holiday Inn Express and Suites of Silver Springs, proud sponsor of Friday night Marion County High School football on WOCA, The Source.
Who doesn't love heading out on the boat with a family, hitting the ATV trails with friends, or blazing new stretches of highway with riding buddies? Your toys are your ticket to outdoor fun. At the McDonald Allstate Agency, we get to know you and help make sure you have all the right coverages. Plus, when you bundle your coverage for your car and your home with your boat, motorcycle, RV, or more, you can save up to 30%. So call the McDonald Allstate Agency today at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations at Calla Hills or the Jasmine Square Plaza.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
There's nothing we can do to make a long commute shorter or to make traffic move faster, but long and stressful commutes are linked with job burnout, so more strained relationship at home. Drink more green tea. I do every day. It contains an antioxidant called EGCG, which keeps the germs that cause the flu and pneumonia from entering our system. People seated in tall chairs earmarked more money to go to savings and spent more frugally.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
All right, 12 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. We are wrapping up the Veterans Day week, but of course we will always salute and honor our veterans. But as a radio guy, I like to produce shows, of course, that represent whatever we're going through at that time. And so Veterans Day was on my mind this week. And so I was asking myself this question. At the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, why is it guarded in the first place? Mm-hmm. Why is there a guard?
That's a good question.
So in looking for the answer to that question, I found other questions that I didn't even ask. And then I recalled getting an email where some of these questions were answered, but some of them were wrong. Now, so far, we haven't come upon one that is wrong in the email, but I'm going to in just a little bit. In addition to that, we'll find out the answer to the question, why do they guard it in the first place?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the next question. The guard is changed every 30 minutes during the summer, and that's April 1st to September 30th. It's not really the summer by our definition, but that's their definition. Every hour during the winter. During the hours the cemetery is closed, the guard is changed every 2 hours. So your question, do they get to use the restroom? Mm-hmm. Yes, apparently it's not. They're not walking back and forth for 8 hours.
Oh, okay.
The tomb is guarded and has been guarded every minute of every day since 1937.
Gosh.
The Tomb of the Unknown Soldier is guarded and has been guarded every minute of every day since 1937.
Wow.
Here's one. This is one of the false things from your email. Is it true that a sentinel must commit for 2 years to guard the tomb, live in a barracks under the tomb, and cannot drink any alcohol on or off duty for the rest of their lives? Have you ever heard that? Did you ever get that email that said they have to live that way?
No, I never did.
Well, that's not true. It's a false rumor. The average tour at the tomb is about at 18 months. However, there is no set time for service there. Sentinels live either in a barracks on Fort Myer, the army post located adjacent to the cemetery, or off base if they like. They do have a living quarters under the steps of the amphitheater where they stay during their 24-hour shifts. If they are of legal age, they may drink, except while on duty.
Oh, okay.
So there you go. There was this thing that they couldn't drink. They can drink.
Yeah. Well, they have a
just not on duty.
Yeah, and that makes sense. They're doing a job.
The next question, is it true that they cannot swear in public for the rest of their lives? That is not true. That's a false rumor. That's another one of the things that shows up in the emails.
Oh.
I can swear.
Yeah, I mean, you slip every once in a while.
The next question, is it true that after 2 years, the guard is given a wreath pin that is worn on their lapel, signifying that they served as a guard of the tomb, that there are only 600 presently worn, and that the guard must obey these rules for the rest of their lives or give up the wreath pin? Here's the answer. The Tomb Guard Identification Badge, Tomb Guard Identification Badge is what they call it, is awarded after the sentinel passes a series of tests. The badge is permanently awarded after a sentinel has served 9 months as a sentinel at the tomb, not 2 years.
Gosh.
Over 600 have been awarded since its creation in the late 1950s. On average, 10 are awarded every year. And while the badge can be revoked, the offense must be such that it discredits the Tomb of the Unknowns. Revocation is at the 3rd Infantry Regimental Commander's discretion and can occur while active duty or even when the sentinel is a civilian. The badge is a full-size award worn on the right pocket of the uniform jacket, not a lapel pin.
Oh.
So there you go. It's not even a lapel pin. It's bigger than a lapel pin.
Nice.
Are the shoes specially made with very thick soles to keep the heat and cold from their feet?
That's a good question.
That's another question. The shoes are standard issue military dress shoes. They are built up so the sole and heel are equal in height. This allows the sentinel to stand with a straight back and perpendicular to the ground. A side effect of this is that the sentinel can roll on the outside of the build-up walking down the mat. Done correctly, the hat and bayonet will appear to not bob up and down with each step. It gives a more formal, fluid, and smooth look to the walk rather than a marching appearance.
Oh, okay. I never knew that about the shoes, but it makes sense because I'm picturing regular shoes in my head, and
right.
It wouldn't give that same effect.
The soles of the shoes have a steel tip on the toe and a horseshoe steel plate on the heel. This prevents wear on the sole and allows the sentinel to move smoothly during his movements when he turns to face the tomb and then back down the mat.
Yeah, I've seen those guys, and they are smooth.
And then there is the clicker. I've never seen this. You've gone to this? I've never seen this.
In 1972. Yeah,
wow.
It was my class.
One day I want to go.
Amazing.
There's the clicker. It is a shank of steel attached to the inside of the face of the heel, built up on each shoe. It allows the sentinel to heel click during certain movements. A guard change is considered great when all of the heel clicks fall together and sound as one click.
Gosh.
The guard change is occasionally done in the silent mode as a sign of devotion to the unknowns with no voice commands. Everything is done in relation to the heel clicks and on specific counts.
Okay, so I guess they get to pick maybe when they're going to click or not click?
Yeah, I don't know. How many times will a sentinel be on duty during the shift? Each relief has a 24-hour rotational work day. Ideally, 4 qualified sentinels, 1 relief commander, 1 assistant relief commander, and several sentinels in training comprise the relief. The daily walk schedule is made by the RC, the relief commander, or the ARC, the assistant relief commander, and is dependent on the number of sentinels who are proficient enough to guard the tomb in front of the public. Generally, the sentinel will do several walks back to back and then be done for the day. However, in extreme cases, sentinels have been known to go back to back every other walk for the entire shift.
Wow. These guys are amazing.
It's amazing, right?
They are amazing. Thank God.
The next one. How do the soldiers get to and from the quarters without being seen? The answer is most wear civilian clothing, although the short, tight haircuts tend to give them away. So they just change.
Yeah, so
they're in civilian clothes.
Yeah, it's like they're going on stage. They have
right. It's a job.
Yeah.
There is a small green shack next to the tomb. What is that for? It's called the box. It is used primarily during wreath-laying ceremonies for the sentinel to retreat to while flowers and taps are being presented. There also is a phone with a direct line downstairs to the tomb guard quarters. This is used in times of emergencies or just to notify the next shift of something.
Oh, so there is a downstairs then?
Yeah, that's where that's where they meet. That's where they change their clothing and all.
Oh,
yeah. But they don't live there.
Yeah, they live in the barracks, like you said, or off-site.
Has anyone ever tried to get past the tomb guards or attempted to deface the tomb? Yes!
Oh, how sweet.
That is the reason why we now guard the tomb. There's your answer. Why do we guard it? Back in the early 1920s, we didn't have guards, and the tomb looked much different. It was flat at ground level without the 70-ton marble cap. That big thing is 70 tons worth of marble.
Wow.
People often came to the cemetery in those days, and a few actually used the tomb as a picnic area.
Oh, my gosh. Oh.
Likely because of the view. Apparently it's got a very nice view. Soon after, in 1925, they posted a civilian guard. In 1926, a U.S. Army soldier was posted during ceremony hours. On July 1st, 1937, guard duty was expanded to the 24-hour watch we know today.
Gosh.
Since then, the ceremony has evolved throughout the years to the one you see today. Today, most of the challenges faced by the sentinels are tourists who are speaking too loudly or attempting to get a better picture by entering the post.
And then they're allowed to, the guards are allowed to say things to them and tell them to go away, or do they have to, like, stay rigid? Like,
answer, I don't know.
Wow.
Here's the question next way. What happened to the soldier that was in the tomb from the Vietnam War? Remember, they identified him. The remains of the Vietnam unknown soldier were exhumed May 14th, 1998, based on DNA testing. Department of Defense scientists identified the remains as those of Air Force First Lieutenant Michael Joseph Blassie, who was shot down near An Loc, Vietnam in 1972. It has been decided that the crypt that contained the remains of the Vietnam unknown will remain vacant. What is it like to guard in bad weather? The sentinels at the tomb of the unknown soldier are completely dedicated to their duty of guarding the tomb. In fact, line 8 of the Sentinel's Creed refers to the discomfort of the elements. Because of their dedication, the weather does not bother them. In fact, it is considered an honor to walk the mat during inclement weather. It gets cold, it gets hot. The mission continues as it has unbroken since 1937.
And it rains.
It rains.
And it rains, and they wear the same uniform.
So it says, do you guard in a blizzard or a bad thunderstorm? The answer is yes, but the accomplishment of the mission and the welfare of the soldier is never put at risk. The tomb guards have contingencies that are ready to be executed if the weather conditions ever place the soldiers at risk of injury or death, such as lightning, for example.
Yes, their guns are lightning rods.
This ensures that sentinels can continue the mission while ensuring safety. It is the responsibility of the chain of command from the sergeant of the guard to the regimental commander to ensure mission accomplishment and soldier welfare at all times.
How fascinating is this?
It was wrongly reported that during Hurricane Isabel, the sentinels were ordered to abandon their posts for shelter, and that they refused. No such order was ever given. This is another fake thing in the emails.
Oh.
All proper precautions were taken to ensure the safety of the sentinels while accomplishing their mission. Risk assessments are constantly conducted by the chain of command.
Gosh.
The tomb is guarded 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I think you knew that. How many sentinels have been female? There have been 3 female sentinels that have received the Tomb Guard identification badge.
Oh, my.
Is the rifle loaded? Tomb guards carry fully functional M14 rifles.
Good for them.
Given the current climate of surrounding recent tragic events like in Canada, they have kept them loaded.
I'm glad. It's
interesting stuff. We'll take a break and be right back.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. One of the world's most wanted terrorists is believed to be dead. The voice of the masked jihadi John heard on ISIS videos showing the killings of Westerners.
Only right, we continue to strike the necks of your people.
The militant, whose real name is Mohammed Emwazi, targeted in a strike in Syria.
A senior U.S. defense official tells Fox News they're 99% sure that the strike killed the ISIS frontman. While Emwazi was moving around town meeting with other people Thursday, a drone was tracking him, trying to get a positive ID. Once that happened, the drone strike launched a direct hit, defense officials tell us.
Fox's Garrett Tenney, a Virginia man charged in a church attack plot due in court today. Charles Halderman Jr. accused of conspiring to rob a jeweler as part of that plot.